Hey kids, welcome to Kidzlife Online. My name is James.
And my name is Isabel, and we are so excited that you're here.
And grown-ups, remember, you can connect with the wider New Life Online community by heading to church.nu/online.
And kids, stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. You have got to subscribe right now.
Hit the red button, hit it. Mash.
We're gonna have
only once though,
today, right?
because then it'll unsubscribe you. Just press it once.
Yeah.
Press it once.
Yeah.
So, what are we learning about?
We are in a series called Kids Only. This is actually our very last week of it, but we've been learning all about some amazing kids in the Bible. Did you know that the Bible is full of stories of kids doing amazing things for God?
Chock-a-block.
That's true.
And today we're going to learn about a kid who made a difference. Her name was Miriam. And because she was brave and helped her brother, who you may remember when you hear his name, she made a difference and literally changed the course of his life.
Crazy. So our big idea for today is, I can make a difference. Are you ready to check out this story together? Let's watch.
Stories of the Bible. Baby Moses. This is Moses. Hey-o. Moses was a descendant of Joseph's brother Levi. Hey. Joseph and his brothers had many children and grandchildren who lived happily in Egypt. Eventually, a new pharaoh came to power who knew nothing of Joseph or what he had done. This pharaoh feared the Israelites because there was a great number of them living in Egypt, so he wanted to put a stop to their prosperity. Pharaoh made the Israelites slaves. He made them work long, hard hours building up Egyptian cities. But his plan didn't work, and the Israelites grew more in number and in strength. So Pharaoh made a rule that no Israelite boy would be allowed to live in Egypt. This is where Moses' story begins. You see, when Moses was born, his mother saw that he was a special baby, and she kept him hidden for 3 months. But when she could no longer keep him a secret, she made a basket and put him in the Nile River among the reeds. Moses' sister stayed to watch what would happen to her baby brother, and soon the Pharaoh's daughter came to the edge of the river. When she saw the basket, she sent her servant to get it. When she saw the baby, she felt sorry for him, thinking he must be an Israelite baby who wasn't supposed to live. Then Moses' sister asked the princess if she would like her to find an Israelite woman to take care of the baby. So Moses' sister went and got her mother. Moses' own mother took care of him until he was old enough to live in the Pharaoh's house, where the princess adopted him as her son. And so, Moses, an Israelite boy who wasn't supposed to live, became the adopted grandson of the Pharaoh and lived in the palace as God prepared him for a great destiny that was only just starting to unfold.
Wow, I love looking at that story through Miriam's perspective. She was a young girl, barely even old enough to go to school, when her family had to send her baby brother away. But she stayed to make sure he was safe, and when an opportunity came for her to help, she was brave enough to speak up and get help.
Because of her, Moses was able to live and be in the home with his family for his young life. He would grow up to be the leader who would save God's people. Even if she didn't realize it at the time, Miriam actually made a huge difference in the course of Moses' life. And you can make a difference like that too.
Sometimes the best thing we can do is to help or to get help for someone. We don't know the difference that it will make. Even smiling, asking someone how they are doing, or getting them help from an adult when they are sad or hurt can make a big difference for them. There are so many ways we can do something, even something small, to make a big difference.
So inspiring. I love it. Okay, now it's time to learn more about our big idea and Bible story with our friend Danny and Logan, who have a pretty great show for us to watch today. Let's check it out.
Being a kid is the best. Kids are creative, silly, hilarious, smart, and so much fun. So today is all about celebrating you with a show that lets kids follow their dreams. That's right, it's time for Kids Only.
Each week, our Kids Only contestants will get the honor of participating in a once-in-a-lifetime experience that was sent in by our subscribers who are kids just like you. Warning, these experiences are extremely awesome and you can only get them here with Kids Only. Let's get started. It's been a great run, but we have arrived to our last episode of Kids Only.
We've got one more video game that we're gonna bring to life, and I think this one's gonna be pretty interesting. Danny, what question did we ask our subscribers this week?
This week, we asked our subscribers my favorite question so far. What is the most adorable video game character of all time? I love it, and I think it's such a great question.
I don't even know who I would pick for this. I feel like there's just so many video game characters out there.
Well, you don't have to pick because our faithful subscribers have already picked for us. Are you ready to see what it is?
Yeah.
All right, all you have to do is pop this balloon,
Ooh.
and then we will get our answer, okay?
Great. You ready?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Woo!
Woo! Oh, come on, there's paper somewhere. Oh, our most adorable video game character of all time is Kirby.
Yes, Kirby is the best. I mean, come on. He's pink and he's so cute and just look at that face. Okay, I'll calm down. Our recreation this week will be centered around Kirby and his sidekick who goes by the name Bandana Waddle Dee. I'll be honest, I knew nothing about Kirby or his sidekick before researching this game, but after some brainstorming, I think we can come up with a fun game to play with our contestants.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's meet our contestants. Come on. All right, so we're here today in our Kirby's Dreamland Arena, and we're with our friends Hallie and Cooper.
Yeah, awesome. So Logan and I are super stoked to be here. We are gonna be dressed as Kirby, and you guys are gonna be dressed as Kirby's sidekick, Bandana Waddle Dee.
Yeah, so since Kirby's a character all about sucking things up, taking their powers, and then using them for himself, we thought we would design this game all around sucking things up. We built a ball pit, and in this ball pit, there's a ton of balls. And so Danny and I are gonna be dressed up as Kirby, and we're gonna run around and grab as many balls as possible and put them in the buckets. But it's gonna be kind of tough since we don't really have any hands. So we thought we'd bring in our friends to help us out, and they're gonna come in and pick them up for us.
As our helpers as Bandana Waddle Dee, you guys are going to use your vacuums to capture as many balls as you can in the pit, empty them into your teammate's bucket, and keep doing that until the arena is completely empty. Once the arena is empty, we will tally up all the balls and find out who our winner is. Are you guys ready?
Yeah!
All right, let's go.
Go!
Go, Cooper, go! Go, 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 good job!
Hallie, I'm going over
Nicely
here.
done, you got it, you got it.
Logan, over here.
Come over here, Hallie!
No, Logan, I got the balls. You need me.
Nice, Cooper. Go ahead and put it. Nice. All right, Cooper.
Logan, over here.
Where are you?
Put them in. Nice, nice. Good job, Cooper. Go ahead, put them in. Nice.
Logan, I'm over here.
Nice, Cooper. Good job. Good job, Cooper.
Where's the bucket?
You're doing great. You're my helper.
Hallie, what are you doing over there? Come here! Come here! Come back over here! Hey!
Good job.
Hey,
Good
they're
job.
over
Good job.
here! Why are you back there? Come this way!
Ooh, thank you, Cooper, for helping me out. Nice. Good job, Cooper.
Logan, over here.
No, go this way!
Woo!
Keep
Good job,
going!
Cooper. Good job. Good job.
Hallie,
You
where
got
are
it, you got
you?
it. Behind you.
Over
Right
here.
over here.
I'm gonna try to grab some balls. Ah.
Good job, Cooper. Go, put it in, put it in, put it in. Nice, nice, nice. Good job, Cooper.
All right, come on.
Good job,
Find
Cooper.
them. I can't see.
You got this, Cooper. Good job working together.
Man, I don't know how Kirby does it. I am out of breath.
Oh, I know. But we tallied all of the points in our baskets, and Team Danny won. Way to go, Cooper! Woo!
Great job, you guys. Hey, we'll see you guys inside. Well, I don't mind saying it, you demolished us out there today.
What can I say? Teamwork really makes all the difference. We had the better strategy and it paid off. No matter what kind of game you're playing, helping out your teammates can make a huge difference. On our own, we can only accomplish so much, but we can make a big difference when we help each other out.
Over the course of this series, we talked about kids in the Bible who God used to do amazing things. And even though they were young, God still did big things through them. Kids matter to God, and through him, they can make a huge difference.
Just think about Miriam in today's story. Talk about making a difference. If she hadn't spoken up to the Pharaoh's daughter and asked if she could get someone to help take care of Moses, Moses would never have had the chance to be raised by his own family and become the amazing leader he grew up to be. He literally saved God's people, and what Miriam did made all the difference. It may have seemed small in the moment, but the course of Moses' life was forever changed because of the choice Miriam made to step in, speak up, and help. I bet she had no idea in the moment what the ripple effect of her choice would be.
Yeah, we don't always get to see the results of our good deeds, but we can trust that God is working through them long after we've done them. That's why it's important to always do what's right. When we choose to share about God or encourage someone who we know is lonely, we can make a huge difference in their life. Sometimes we see the results, sometimes we won't, but it always is important to take that first step, to be brave and to trust that we can do amazing things for God.
Even though Miriam was young, she is an example to us all. We can be an example like Miriam in what we say, in the way we live, in our love, our faith, and our purity. That means making sure all the things we do honor God and follow the things He says in the Bible. Sometimes the biggest way to make a difference in someone's life is to live for Jesus and be an example to them. And remember, no matter how young you are, you can make a difference. Whether it's at home, around the neighborhood, or at school, try to look for opportunities to make a difference, even if it might seem small in the moment, like smiling at someone, asking someone to sit with you, or praying for someone. You never know where it might lead or how God will work through it.
I couldn't agree more. That's why our verse, 1 Timothy 4:12, has been so special during this series, Kids Only. You may even have it memorized by now. It says, "Don't let anyone think less of you because you are young. Be an example to all believers in what you say, in the way you live, in your love, your faith, and your purity." Guys, that about wraps up our final episode of Kids Only, but we hope you enjoyed it. We are so grateful that we get to work with awesome kids like you, and we can't wait to see the difference you're making out there in the world. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Okay, watching those Kirbys try to pick up those colorful balls was hilarious. It was basically impossible. It made a huge difference when they got some help from their teammates. They showed us how big of a difference we can make even by doing something small.
Maybe you can start with picking up a piece of trash, or asking someone to sit with you, or even doing an extra chore around the house. It might not seem like that big of a deal in the moment, but the small things you do are big things to God.
And Miriam's story reminds us that even though we may be young, you can still do amazing things. And so does our memory verse. So let's learn it one more time from 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12. And it says, "Don't let anyone think less of you because you are young. Be an example to all believers in what you say, in the way you live, in your love, your faith, and your purity."
Don't let anyone what?
Think less of you because you are?
Young.
That's right.
You kids are smart and strong, creative, brave, silly, so much fun, and so much more than that too. Don't let anyone think that just because you're a kid, you can't do amazing things for God. We know that's not true. Let's learn this memory verse together by singing and dancing.
And your love, your faith, and your purity, and your love.
Great job singing, kids. I love that verse is an encouragement to kids like you that no matter how old you are, you can still do amazing things for God. And remember, amazing things don't have to be big things. They can be small things too.
That's what our big idea is all about. It says, I can make a difference.
Yes, you can. No matter how old you are, no matter what you look like, no matter what you think you are good or bad at, God can still use you to make a big difference for Him.
So maybe this week you can practice making a difference, even by doing small things. Talk to your grown-ups about times when they've made a difference in people's lives. I bet they have some cool stories.
Yep. Well, that's all we have time for today, kids. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.